A very good evening to everyone present here, and welcome back to Cricket Analysis by CNE. This is day three of the second test match between England and India, and this has been a wonderful day. I'm racing along with my words today because this day has been a race. 400 runs has been scored today with the loss of 8 wickets, and joining me today in my expert panel is again the man, the one, the legend, Proneet Ghatak. How are you doing today, Proneet? And have you had some sleep in the afternoon?
I really wanted to sleep, but I couldn't sleep because it was Siraj bowling so well. But on the other hand, it was the two batters batting on a flat track, playing Bazball. So it was a boring day overall, I would say. It was a boring day to
Yeah.
watch.
Hmm.
So,
Uh,
yeah.
and we'll talk about Bazball because we'll go on to our very, very precious segment, the session by session segment that I have created myself. And you can see a very definite number of 172. This time it's not a typo because really 172 runs has been scored in
Yeah.
one session. 140 of them coming in the later half of the session. What sort of cricket is this, Proneet? How how can one go and say that I'm going to hit you all day long and it's test match cricket? How can you do this? How dare you do this? It's a quite of a dare by England because they have got to 407, but the pie chart doesn't look at in favor of them. They have won just the two sessions with India having six, winning the last session, and only one has been shared. How dangerous is it for England, Proneet, that they continue using Bazball and have this kind of strategy that they will not look for draws at all?
No, I feel with this brand of cricket that they are playing, every match will have a result. Every match will have a result. I think in this whole Bazball era, there has been only one match where it has been a draw in the Ashes. That also Australia was chasing. When the matches where England is chased, there has always been a result. So every
Yeah.
match will get a result, but this brand of cricket is very disappointing to see. Being a fan of Test cricket, the rising of this T20 format and the rise of this T20 format has really affected Test cricket a lot. So this brand of baseball is really
Yeah.
bad to see because if you look at good test matches which are interesting to watch, so there are test matches like the WTC final a few weeks ago. So those
Mhm.
are good test matches which you like to see, a proper competition between the bat and ball. But here, if you see
Yeah.
flat tracks, two batsmen just hitting it with 140 strike rate, so this is not a T20 game, man. People come here to. I feel it is a detox from the IPL or the white ball format. So going for sixes and fours every over uh, is just lack of, is just disrespecting this format of the game.
We'll talk about the criticisms of Baseball later on in this video, but we'll talk about how the innings went on. And before that, we're going to talk about DSP Mohammad Siraj. Uh, quite an interesting meme here. Proneet, what do you think happens to Siraj when he's the leader of a bowling attack and then Bumrah is not there?
The fire just erupts within him. So the volcano erupts. So I think Siraj just
Yeah.
get. I'm really happy to see that Siraj is performing so well because he actually had a bad time in Australia as well. He was getting hit for runs here and there. So now that he has again come back to form in Test cricket, most importantly, so that is really good to see. And I think being the leader of the pack, with responsibility on his shoulders, I think Virat Kohli has groomed him quite well.
Oh, Virat Kohli is again back in the topic where Siraj has some Kohli in him.
Yes.
When he's not the leader, Siraj does nothing, and when he's the leader, he takes on. So maybe some kind of Kohli has rubbed off in him. But yeah, quite interesting to see. He has arrested 6 people today. A lot of arrests in the police station, where one of them a key wicket of Joe Root, where Siraj didn't want him to go anywhere near Sachin Tendulkar, and yes, he has him in the jail. Quite self-explanatory meme here. But we'll move on to the batting innings of England, and there were do bhai and do tabahi. Uh, what words do you have for these two? I already talked about Harry Brook of being a threat, and that really showed today where he scored a 150. And Jamie Smith scored an unbeaten 184. How how is this in proportions for the whole test match? Now he scored 180, not a very large considerable amount of deliveries. He scored those in 200 deliveries. So that means he scored only for 40 overs, around for 40 overs. What do you feel? I feel very sorry for the bowlers, right? I feel very sorry for the English bowlers, to be honest.
I feel the English batsmen don't seem to care much about the bowlers, and the batters love to field, I think. I think the batters love to field. They
Yeah,
practice fielding 5 days out of the seven, and then they go in a test match and field for 4 days. So they love fielding, I think.
yeah,
So overall,
yeah,
the
yeah.
batters they batted really well. They batted really well. But of course, the question lies: why would you play like this in a test match, man? Everyone playing
Yeah.
like this. Of course, one or two batters will perform well, but the rest of the team, everyone does not perform well now. If you play this brand of cricket at all positions in the batting order, so Jamie Smith was
And
batting
this
at a
sort of
strike rate of
cricket,
140, 140 after the first
mm,
session. What is that, man? In a session, in a test match.
and this sort of cricket has produced one of the most unorthodox results of an innings. We're going to talk about the innings, but we're going to talk about the Indian bowling as well. Do you feel sorry for the spinners of India as well when they're bowling with the no ball, Praneeth?
Of course, they did not have a good day there, but I feel there is nothing much to worry for the spinners as it was expected to be a very flat pitch today on day two and day three. So I feel even though Sundar got bashed at a run rate of some 6 per over, so he does not have things to worry right now because in the fourth innings and on day five there will be a lot of dust and rough. So it will help them. Jadeja needs to step up as well with the bowling. So I think both of them will do well in the fourth innings. Thinking from a positive point of view for Indian team, and
Mhm.
the English batters will give lots of chances. So we are expected for another result. I feel not a draw.
Yeah, and the way they have played today, the test match has really moved on a certain pace. We're going to go to the scorecard because the scorecard is one of the most unorthodox scorecards out there. I'm going to tell a record to you, Proneet. This is the only 400 plus score in Test cricket history where there has been six ducks. Six ducks. The ducks I'm talking about is Ben Duckett, Ollie Pope, Ben Stokes, and the entirety of the tail. The entirety of the tail hasn't scored one run. One run. And the common factor of all these wickets are of that they have come with the new ball. Every wicket has come up with the newish ball. If not a complete brand new ball, it has come with a newish ball, which shows that edge batsman has its tricks when there's the new ball and it's nipping. It's nipping a bit. It's a lot. It's this swinging enough for the edge to come. But when there's an old ball, the entire backbone, or shall I say, the entire body of the innings has been scored by Harry Brook and Jamie Smith, scoring 95 to 96% of the entire England innings runs. 46 runs only. 46 runs only came of the other eight batsmen. Quite a wonderful view. And I think Proneet, Bazball has created this. There are
Yes,
so many failures
100%.
of batsmen, but there's two you'll see who has scored the bulk runs. There's again, you'll see there's a difference between the Indian innings and the English innings. The Indian innings, you'll see a lot of partnerships has been created. You'll see a lot of 50 plus partnerships. And there's of course the 200 run partnership. But here there was only one partnership, and that was of 300 runs. A big story to talk about because this can play a huge factor in the fourth innings. Because if Harry Brook and Jamie Smith get out cheaply, England are in big trouble because for 80 for 5, they could have easily be tumbled upon for 150 and then they would be followed on, which is
Hmm.
quite embarrassing for them at home conditions. Of course, Harry Brook and Jamie Smith have saved that and they have done even more, but they have landed with a trail of 180 runs. 180
My
runs, which
my
your
prediction was
prediction
on point.
on point actually. I have not mentioned that actually. Proneet yesterday mentioned that there would be India batting again, and England will have a trail of around 200 runs, and it has happened exactly that. Maybe he didn't expect it to be happening like that because he thought that it would be more than 200 runs, maybe 300 runs after seeing all those wickets fall around these two batsmen. But it is still a humongous lead, and this is a match-defining lead. As I've talked about in the preview as well, a first innings lead is usually a match-defining one at Edgbaston. So 180 runs is mammoth here. And at fourth innings, as you have said, the spinners can come into play, and a lot to play for, I feel like, for India. And
Yes.
they need to finish very well for India to win, because they have a real opportunity to win, because they are without Bumrah, and without Bumrah, the bowling attack seems weak, but they have done very well to get here. So England are in a lot of trouble right now because the advantage is with India. But we want to again talk about the Indian bowling lineup, where it seemed like only two bowlers were there, and it was Akashdeep and Siraj. But then England have scored 407. How? Prasidh Krishna.
I think we have the answer for who gets replaced for Bumrah. Who makes the place for Bumrah in the next test match?
Yeah,
So
it's quite direct. I feel like Prasidh Krishna's tenure is over. He has only one innings to prove that he's worth the medal for being in the squad, if not being out of the squad, because his performance has been less than average for international standards. But again, he has to hit for sixes.
economy of seven in a
And
test
seven,
match.
so sorry, seven. 7 runs. Even in a ODI match, 7 runs is not permissible. Talking about a test match is a
Exactly.
different gravy. It's a different gravy. And
Now,
perhaps you can see
I
Siraj.
actually want to criticize. Yeah, actually, in the meme, if we first say, I will come to the
uh,
criticism later.
I feel like
Siraj
there's a lot of
actually
criticism.
feels that who is pushing us back now, man. Again, it's Prasidh Krishna.
Such a funny image. I found this in ESPN. ESPN gave this image, and this was a very funny image talking about how Indian bowlers performed. But yes, a lot of criticism as well for Prasidh Krishna coming forward as well. And I feel like, is it Gigi's fault again, Praneeth?
Of course, of course.
It's Gigi's fault at the end of the day that Prasidh Krishna, why has he been selected in the squad at the first place? Why is he there today?
I
Why is
was
he
I
even
was
there?
vouching for Arshdeep Singh. We all were the whole CNE panel, and most of the
Yeah.
Indians were vouching for Arshdeep Singh from the first Test match. So
But
I
I feel
don't
like
know
that's an
what is going
but I feel
on.
like it's an even lesser possibility of Arshdeep Singh now, because next match is Bumrah's day, and
No,
maybe
just
Arshdeep.
wait, because with Bumrah in, we will have three new ball bowlers, and one
Acha,
of
acha.
Siraj or Akashdeep will have to sit back, and most probably it will be Akashdeep who will be the first change bowler. So
Yeah,
if
but I feel
we
like
saw
that.
that yeah,
Hmm. I feel that can actually work in India's favor, because Bumrah's workload is not promising him to bowl above 5 to 6 overs in the first
hmm,
spell. So maybe Akashdeep usually bowls with a brand new ball, but the ball will still be very new when he comes around in the ninth over. So maybe Akashdeep can be a good first change bowler for India
yes,
coming in the future.
100%,
So
100%. Akashdeep will be a
yeah,
good first change, but I feel Akashdeep will mostly have to bowl with the older ball. I feel because
yeah,
later
I
he
think.
will have to bowl in the those spells where there are no wickets falling. So if he has to bowl
Hmm.
there, he won't get enough wickets. That when
Yeah,
he would not be bowling according to his strength. So again, he will be
yeah.
replaced.
Who knows?
Who
With Gautam
knows?
Gambhir and their management, you won't know what's the next 11. But we'll not go to the next 11 now. We'll talk about the innings of what happened today. So we'll move on, and we're going to talk about more memes. And this is what Puneet was talking about. England and batting maturely, they don't go well together, Puneet. And the
Yeah.
point I want to bring here as well is that you have talked about how this sort of cricket is not a very conventional method. The reason is that your fielders and bowlers have been fielding for 151 overs, and they don't get a break for more than a day on a flat track. And now they'll have to bowl again today. Today they have bowled around 10 overs, and tomorrow they have to bowl again for 2 sessions, which gives India a big advantage. That's why this is not the conventional way. The conventional way for England was to play the entire day out, and maybe the whole half day of day four as well, I feel like, if they played more maturely. And this would have gone towards the draw, because this is looks like a drawish scenario. But their drive for winning, seeing that I'm going to win, but it has its consequences. It's like you're going against nature. When you're going against nature, it always bites back. And maybe the biting back is the tiresome bowlers. I feel like the bowlers are tired because they have bowled for 2 days straight, and now they're again on the field for 3 days straight, and they'll be there for day four as well. So this is a big problem, and especially when you're going for this, the risk factor involved is that now England are in the back foot and India are in the driving seat. Here you can see Gill smiling at 85 for 5, then Gill is frowning at 378 for 5. But I feel like he would be smiling again when he saw 407 all out. So that's the entire story for England.
I feel the criticism which I was actually wanting to say was that Brendan McCullum has brought in this approach, and this approach will
Mhm.
is determined to give results to all the matches they will play. There has been one match where
Yeah.
there was no result, and it was Australia chasing. So
Hmm.
Australia played for a draw, not England. England chased in many matches, and every match there has been a result. So I don't know why Brendan McCullum does not realize the fact that even in the New Zealand team that he was in, he used to play this brand of cricket alone. He used to give the
Yeah.
head start to the team. Others used to play conventional cricket, traditional test cricket. They used to
Hmm.
value their wicket. They used to stay in the crease, stay on the crease for long hours. So you need to respect
Yeah.
the form of the game. If every batsman goes for playing a T20 in test, so your batting lineup will struggle a lot. Look at India. Look at India. In India, there are two batsmen. So Rishabh Pant is Rishabh Pant. Second, Yashasvi Jaiswal. They
Yeah.
both can bat maturely if needed. They both can bat aggressively if they want. So, and
Yeah.
every other batsman in the lineup values their wicket. So, having one or two batsmen in the lineup with that kind of approach is good, but not every batsman. It is concerning.
Yeah. And if this method only works in flat pitches, because we have I have a stat for you. Only in this season, in the last 2 3 seasons, have we seen as many flat pitches in England compared to the past, where it has been green tops usually, and when the ball was swinging. So that shows that England are backing their ability to score runs when there are flat wickets. Because if you play with this method in complete bowling conditions, I don't feel like England will last at all. In flat pitches as well, they're not lasting much. How will they perform in complete bowling paradises? And especially when there's an Ashes coming in later on in Australia, there's no wonder that England have not won a match, be it a series, let alone a series. They have not won a match at Australia for around more than a decade. And this the brand of cricket they are playing, that really can again be the case, because
They will
they
lose
can
five
lose.
zero in the Ashes. In
Yeah,
this
they
way, they will
can,
lose
because
5-0.
Australia won't get flat pitches. Maybe only Sydney can be a bit more placid pitch, but in Australia, other than that, they can make green tops because they know that England will attack, and they'll
Exactly.
buy wickets. So concerning stuff for England, I feel like in this series and in front Ashes as well. But we'll go on to Siraj. I have written that God favors Siraj because Siraj has been an unlucky bowler for me. Because in the last 5 6 months he has been bowling really well, but he has not been getting the wickets. Today he has been getting mercy, and he finally got what he deserved. He got 6 wickets, and he got 6 wickets in some style, Tony. How do you
Yes.
rate this Siraj performance? Is it a typical Mohammad Siraj performance?
No, I feel this was not a typical. I would say this was something different from Mohammad Siraj, because a typical
Hmm.
Mohammad Siraj performance was like when I going for wickets, going aiming for the wickets every ball, and he used to get hit for runs, a lot of runs, and then later he would either get exhausted or get one or two wickets at the cost of a lot of
Yeah,
runs. But this spell, he has bowled maturely, I feel. He has bowled maturely. He has
yeah,
bowled at the correct lengths. He did not get blown away by the fact that the batsmen are hitting runs. I should go for more wickets, get hit for more runs. He bowled maturely, maintained the line, maintained the length, and hence God favored him. It was
yeah.
completely his hard work that made God favor him.
Yeah, he debuted in the BGT in the 2021 series, and you can see the character development he has from that time to this date. he's now the leader of the Indian bowling attack without Bumrah, of course, but he's now a senior statesman and he has given a statement for the entire world because India is not just about Jasprit Bumrah, it's about Mohammad Siraj as well. It's about
Yes.
the supporting bowlers as well. And Siraj has showed exactly that. And this is why Mohammad Siraj is in the Indian lineup, Puneet. So this is exciting to see how Siraj has performed. And if he continues to maintain this, along with Bumrah coming into the next two matches, this is going to be quite detrimental because England's batting is now in some sort of issues. So interesting to see how this test match will go on and the whole series will play out. So let's move on to the bowling innings. The bowling innings, as of course the result of Bazball playing as well, has been quite one-sided. Only the opening bowlers have taken all 10 wickets because there was no support from Prasidh Krishna and Nitish Kumar Reddy didn't bowl much overs and Jadeja Sundar didn't get much help from the wicket. So this performance by Akashdeep and Siraj, of course, it was just them two who got the wickets. But this performance is really up there, Proneet, in the terms of how they bowled in flat pitches. I really have emphasized the point in the first match itself that in flat pitches, you need to bowl consistently. Then only you can create mistakes and get batsmen out because the pitch is not going to
Yes.
help you. You can only help yourself when you're bowling consistent lines and the batsman will fall for a mistake. Because especially when there's a Bazball kind of play, the wickets will fall and they will go and make a mistake. And that's exactly what Akashdeep and Siraj counted on. They have improved on the mistakes, and I feel like India are not dependent on Jasprit Bumrah solely anymore. So when Jasprit Bumrah comes, the
Bumrah
Indian
is the
bowling attack
happiest
will
person
be
right now, I feel.
yeah, he's the happiest person because you're seeing some improvement now. And I feel like Vedant has also quote unquote said that he has his good days and bad days. I feel like now, hopefully, in the future, Siraj has only good days and he has more consistent results in the future. And this is a good sign for India because they desperately need their Mohammad Siraj to perform, and he has done it. So England trailed by 180 runs, and now we'll move on to the batting innings of India, who scored 64 runs. Before that, we want to talk about another meme here where only the two bowlers of Akashdeep and Mohammad Siraj have been there, and Che Mera Char Tera. Quite interesting because that's the exact thing that has happened where Mohammad Siraj and Akashdeep have taken only the honors. So this really shows how this is the entire picture of how the bowling innings played out. And maybe there behind there's Prasidh Krishna hiding somewhere without anything. maybe in the shadows in the windows, maybe there is a Prasidh Krishna, but it's Siraj and Akashdeep who has balanced it out.
Absolutely.
Now we'll go on to the batting innings of India, and I feel like this batting innings shows a lot of things for what's coming to day four. We were going to talk about the predictions of day four, but if you see the results, Jaiswal of 28 of 22, KL Rahul 28 of 38. Karna has still started his innings because I feel like it was the last 10 minutes of the day, so you need to contain a bit. You don't want to lose a wicket at the end of the day. But this shows that India will also be the same brand of cricket tomorrow as well because they won the match to go ahead and they want to score, I think, about 500 runs to win. They want. What do you think, Proneet, is an ideal place for India to declare tomorrow?
I feel India needs to score about they're leading by 244. So I'm counting from there. So if they're leading by 244 now, by the end of day four, in before the remaining half an hour or 45 minutes, they should finish at 550. They can finish at 550 if they play attacking brand of cricket, and if not, even defending 490 or 500 against England seems a problem because we saw what happened in the last match. So I
But
feel if they
talking about Proneet, but talking about that, 490 has never above 438. Above 438, no total has been chasing before. Only
oh
eight
yeah,
times has been there
right.
where there has been a
Oh,
350 plus
I forgot how much they
total
chased in the first
chases.
match. I thought they chased 400. Sorry,
No.
huh.
They chased 370. Chased
370.
370,
Yeah,
which has been happened before. There has been instances of 370 being chased before. It's rare,
yes.
but 400. The last time of 400 has been chased was 2 decades ago, and it's quite tough. I think it's impossible for England to bat and try to chase 500 when 500 is impossible for
Yeah,
both
so
innings
I feel
team
250
to play.
more runs, 250 more runs, or I feel go for 300 more runs, go for 550, go for 550 target, and just
Perhaps.
block the match, just block the match.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I feel like India would first want to block the match out from England. They want to give England zero opportunity to win, and then they want to think about winning because one, they don't want England to come back, and second, they want to win. So I think
Yes.
these are the two steps necessary. And for the two steps to happen, of course, there should be KL Rahul who should be batting and anchoring the innings. But I feel like later on the day, I feel like Rishabh Pant, Nitish Kumar Reddy, and also Shubman Gill will play a huge role in playing aggressive brand of cricket. Maybe Rishabh Pant as well, who will raise our BPs again,
I
go
feel the
for a
one who
hike.
is under pressure right now is Nitish Kumar Reddy in this innings.
Yeah. And because Nitish Kumar Reddy has to perform aggressively as well. It's his natural game, though, to in his defense. It's his natural game to be a bit aggressive. So hopefully this will suit him and will do quite well in this innings. So a lot to look forward to. We'll go to the bowling innings where not a lot to talk about here, where Vokes and Cast have been hit for a lot for plenty by Jaiswal, and Tung has taken the wicket of Jaiswal trying to score. So
Hmm.
it's a real intent for India that we are coming to come out tomorrow and we are going to go all guns blazing. We are not going to stop at all because I feel like Pant and every batsman will try and score a lot of runs of how much of this flat wicket that is left. Because in the first session and the second session, maybe in the first 30 minutes they want to be a bit watchful because they don't want to create a collapse because a collapse can really get a target to 350 and then you are in big trouble. So
Again,
then
350. No,
yeah,
man. Can't handle 350 again.
yeah, and in a small and in a flat track like this, 350 can be chasen, and it has been done in the first match. So India would be in the back foot. So they would want to contain a collapse. They don't want a collapse to happen, and then they want to go all guns blazing because I feel like with the aggressive brand of cricket that India have started to play, the message that they have played with, I feel like India would be scoring 250 in two sessions, 125 in each session. Seems like a
E-
cakewalk when he saw 172 in the first session today. So I feel like, and especially another factor of the Bazball, the whole factor of Bazball, where the bowlers are tired as well. So the
Yes,
bowlers
exactly.
don't have fresh feet.
Exactly.
The bowlers don't
It's
have fresh
time to
feet.
give them a taste of their own medicine.
Yeah, and especially when they're tired, that means that they won't be able to bowl consistent lines and with proper consistent pace. So India, I think all the cards in the favor of India tomorrow. Of course, England are a team that always fights, but at this point, I feel like India are overwhelmingly the favorites to win the match. And the most important part, I think, will be rather than scoring the runs, will be taking the 10 wickets on the last day and on the last
Exactly.
session. So we'll go on and talk about day four plans, Proneet. You've talked about India declaring at around the 30 minutes before stumps. I feel like India should declare at T because I feel like two sessions are enough to score 250 runs. They should have a target at mind where they want to score 250 runs. So at the total, they're at 64 for one right now. So if they score around 300, there would be that kind of scenario of them scoring 500. So a 500 lead will be sealing the match for England. They can't chase it. They can say
Yes.
all I think they're going to say all day that no, we are ready to chase all totals in the entire world. They're not afraid as well. But I feel like Indian bowling needs to focus on the fact that 500 is impossible. So you need to
Yes.
focus on the present
100%.
they need to focus on the present, and then I feel like India have all the cards on the deck. So yeah, quite interesting to see. I think day four plans are quite simple. But to end this, I think Puneet, I want to ask a question to you. As a team of England in the back foot, you have to play the devil's advocate because we have criticized England today. What do you think England should do tomorrow? What do you feel gives England a chance?
I think the only thing that gives England a chance is using more Vokes and Bryden Cars, I feel, because they were underutilized in the first innings. So if they use
Hmm.
Cars and Vokes more, they have a chance for getting more wickets because they are the only ones who have bowled at consistent lengths. And when
Hmm.
if they somehow make India collapse or bring in their tail, there is Josh Tongue to wipe the tail. So I feel there is
Josh Tongue is the
correct
stat pad
utilization
for
of Vokes
bowlers.
and Cars.
Yeah, maybe Stokes as well if he gets some rhythm. He has not
Ah,
done
of
well in the
course.
bat. He's not done well in the bat in this English home series till now. But Ben Stokes wants to do well in the ball with the ball as well. So yeah, these are the day 4 predictions. Not predictions, because Proneet, I want a prediction from you. What will happen at day 4 end? What is the target India will be chasing? Of course, ideally it will be 500, but give us your predictions.
India will be of course targeting for 500 plus, but I feel India will end up giving a target of 480, 490.
And how much will England score at the end of the day?
England will score at the end of the day. England will score about, if the if you say that India declares at T, then I feel that India won't be able to reach the 500 mark at T. So if they go for all out, they can reach 500. But still, I will go with the 480, 490, not 500.
No, but how
I'm
much will England score at the end of the day? Like in the last session,
England will
how many
score
wickets will fall?
about, if they bat for the last session, for the last 1.5 hours, they will end up at around 70. Around
70 for
70
how many wickets?
with the loss of, again, 3 wickets.
70 for 3.
Four,
So
four
chasing
wickets.
500
Four
around 5.
wickets.
4 wickets. So 70 for 4. So
Four
around chasing
wickets.
570 for 4. That means the day will be there for 6 wickets. Interesting prediction from Proneet as we head on to the last segment of our day, which is our promotion tab. So please join our Instagram. We give our regular updates and everything. Proneet has his controversial opinions as well. So at the end of the day, join our Instagram page and the link in the description, and join us tomorrow for day 4 and what happens tomorrow. India advantage, but till then, it's good night from us.
Good night.